Hello everyone, welcome to the next installment of Am I the Asshole? If you're a fan of hearing Reddit anecdotes, it would greatly support the channel if you could give us a like or subscribe. Let's dive straight into our first story. Am I the asshole for asking my pregnant colleague if she is having a boy or a girl? Today at our weekly team meeting, one of my colleagues announced that she is pregnant and will be going on maternity leave in April. Everyone reacted with congratulations and excitement for her, and I did too. We all told her we're very happy for her and her family and wish her all the best. A few minutes later, I was in the elevator with her and 3 of our other team members, so 5 of us out of a total team of 11 people, on our way back to our desks. Just for the sake of conversation, I asked her if she is having a boy or a girl. Her face kind of fell and she grimly and shortly said, "Boy." I thought it was strange that she reacted like this, but let it go. Then after I was back at my desk, she came up to me and said that my question was inappropriate, that she was planning on announcing the gender herself, but I forced her to say it like that in an elevator. So now half of our team knows, and it killed the magic. I was honestly really confused and apologized profusely. She lectured me on how I shouldn't be asking personal questions and walked away. I honestly couldn't have thought this was in any way a personal question. Is it too personal? I'm a 24-year-old dude, and I don't know anything about pregnant women or babies or social customs, I guess. I was just trying to be friendly. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Gender announcements and reveals are only special to the person announcing it, and I feel they've gotten so out of hand. Quite frankly, she could have just said, "I'll wait to announce that myself to everyone if you don't mind." But she decided to be petty AF about it. And her being pregnant and hormones isn't an excuse to deflect bad behavior onto you, someone who is being kind asking questions. Don't bother getting her a gift. Gender reveal stuff is pretty ridiculous. Oh no, we can't ruin the surprise, when the reality is that no one else really cares anyways. That's a perfectly appropriate question, and she needs to get over herself. It's not like you ruined a family surprise. She could have answered more gracefully, along the lines of, "We're actually keeping it a secret for everyone, but I'm excited to tell you at the reveal." She made it awkward all by herself, not the asshole. Yeah, gotta agree here. I've had colleagues who just said, "Oh, we're doing a gender reveal later, so it's a secret for now," or just, "We're finding out soon." No one forced her to announce it to the elevator, nor would any answer amounting to, "I don't want to say," have been received poorly. She's definitely overreacting here. Not the asshole. That's a completely normal question to ask when someone announces they're pregnant. If she wanted to announce it herself and surprise the team, she could have easily told you she was keeping the gender a surprise for now. Not the asshole. She could have just said she didn't know yet, or even, "Oh, we are not telling people yet, we are saving it for the reveal party." She chose to answer the question and then got huffy about you asking instead of being mad at herself. It was a normal question you had a right to ask. She did not have to answer. Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my mother-in-law's for dinner anymore? I want to preface this by saying that I am on the spectrum and therefore struggle with nuanced social situations, which is why I'm reaching out to Reddit for some third-party insight. My Miel has recently moved back to our hometown after finally escaping from her ex. My husband and I were unaware of the severity of the situation because Miel made efforts to hide it, and I know that my husband is feeling very guilty about it. But Miel is doing better and has her own little apartment in town and has been working and rebuilding her life. We've made efforts to support her as much as possible, but we are in a tight spot financially, so what we can do is limited. For the past few couple weeks, my Miel has been inviting us over to her place for dinner multiple times a week. She has always loved to cook and says she is excited to get to cook for family again. Plus, she gets to spend time with our toddler. The problem is that she has consistently told us to be there around 6 p.m., only for her to not have dinner ready until 9 p.m. or later, and she refuses any help in the kitchen. This is a major issue because we wind up staying out past our daughter's bedtime. Her whole nighttime routine gets thrown off, and it makes it harder to get her down for bed. Not to mention how cranky she gets waiting on the food. I've tried to gently talk to my Miel about this, but she has always been critical of me and of my parenting. She thinks it's outrageous that I keep my daughter on such a strict schedule, and insists that when her kids were little, they didn't have schedules, and just ate when they were hungry and fell asleep when they were tired, and it worked out just fine. I asked my husband to talk to his mom about it, but she basically told him the same thing, then went off on him about how she was just trying to help us out financially by providing a few meals for us, and how it was terrible of us to try to make her feel bad for just wanting to spend time with her family. So he dropped it, and we've been back to her place for dinner a couple more times since then. And it's still been served at 9 p.m. And she's been making passive-aggressive comments about how I need to loosen up and how I can't expect the world to stick to my schedule. And my husband thinks we should just put up with it because his mom has been through so much, and he feels partially responsible because he was unaware of the situation and wasn't able to protect her. But after a particularly critical phone call with her yesterday, I told my husband that I didn't want to go to her place for dinner anymore. He insisted that she's just stressed because of everything she's been through, and we need to show her some leniency. I told him that she can come over to our place for dinner every now and then. That would be fine. But I'm not going to be held captive at her apartment anymore. We didn't really come to an agreement, though, and I'm thinking that maybe I'm being too harsh on my MEL and torturing my husband in the process. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Child-rearing theories have evolved over the decades since your mother-in-law raised free-range children. If you absolutely cannot refuse the invitation, which is not a summons, BTW, pack some dinner for your little one and stick to your bedtime routine so she isn't cranky and fussy. If mother-in-law still has a problem with it because waiting for 3 hours past a specified time isn't rude at all, then you need to present a united front with your spouse that your daughter will have a structured routine. What does she make that requires 3 hours of prep time? It's not that she's consistently cooking that whole time. She'll do some prep, then take a smoke break, then do a little more, and then take a play with baby break, then a coffee break. Then she'll do a little more cooking, then take a phone call outside, then another smoke break. Apparently, this is how she's always done things. So she's exposing your baby to secondhand smoke? Definitely not the asshole. Well, he didn't notice his mother being abused. That's awful. So what now? He's going to let his mother verbally abuse his wife to make up for it. Not the asshole. But maybe your husband needs a reality check that he is still letting a woman he loves be mistreated. But this time, it's you. Is he seriously okay with that? Why? Does it make his mommy feel better to put you down? Does it make his mommy feel special? Does it make her feel better than you? And that's why he's okay with it? She's not trying to help financially. She's trying to buy the right to boss you around. She wants to watch you change your life and routine just because it suits her. Just so she can feel in control, you have a husband problem. He's not helping his mom. He's giving his mom a victim to criticize. My mother-in-law used to do this very exact thing to my husband and I when our daughter was young. Our attendance at family dinners was requested and expected on a regular basis. And no matter how many times I explained that our daughter went to bed at 7 p.m., dinner would be served at 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. After the ILs did this more than once, I put my foot down and ripped my husband a new one. He had to figure out his priorities fast. Please his mom, or have a happy-fed child and a non-frazzled angry wife. We began completely ignoring mother-in-law's schedule, and I would pack my daughter's dinner and feed her at her hungry time, around 5 p.m. I would always pack and eat something too. Then I'd change my daughter into pajamas, and at about 7 p.m., we would say our goodbyes and leave. Daughter slept in the car ride home. Mother-in-law figured it out. She didn't like it, but I didn't care. We were giving her the visiting time, but respecting our daughter's needs too. Good luck, stay strong, you are not being unreasonable. Good for you for putting your child's needs first, not the asshole. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.